Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Walking with a Master. No. Walking with the Master. And I'm excited to have back on our show a primary guest. And I'm going to have to cancel a guest out. He's no guest here. He is our family. He is my teacher. This is Soke Little John Davis. It's okay. How you doing?
I'm highly blessed, and thank God for another day to be here.
Yes, indeed, man. And you know, I felt that I needed to get back to you. You know, it's been too long. You don't like people that don't come to class. So I had to get you back again. You know, so we could have some more conversation. And you know, I wanted to take the time, so we can get into the future of martial arts from the eyes of Dr. Musa, Dr. Moses Powell. You know, Doc, I want to kind of go into what we think, you know, his concept of where we should go. And then I want to understand and look at our thinking, your thinking, you know, and hopefully we're in line with his thinking because he produced a major thing, but nonetheless, you know, that's where I want to go. And family, listen, I want you to share this with everyone, share this with your friends. I want you to subscribe to the official Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad YouTube channel so you constantly be up on this. Now, we talked to Soke. If you didn't hear our first episode, number 1, it was with Soke Little John Davis. And if you didn't get a chance to hear that, after you listen to this episode this Sunday, you should definitely go back on that same day and listen to Soke earlier. It was awesome. So anyway, Soke. Let's get with you. Tell me, we can go back into Doc again a little bit. You know, walking with that master. What was it like again, walking with him? Tell me, how did you feel? You know, because we got a number of your stories from last time, and I know you didn't give them all. You know. So I want to know a little bit more. Huh?
Take you a whole year to just about hear a little bit of it. You know.
Yes, sir. So it's open to you. Come on, share what you like to share. So.
Okay, you said 2 things. One, you wanted to know or what we would feel that Doc's thought would be, but I'll get that second. As you was asking with Doc, for me, and what I was going through in terms of the outside world, which today I think if it wasn't set right for me, between being dead, a junkie, or alcoholic, the training put me into a different zone. So you could say I was like a junkie martial arts. So that was my drug. Yeah. So I mean, I always had to keep my fix going, you know. So the training.
And let me kind of interrupt in there, so that the audience and I can understand, because I do understand, but Soke is talking about a time when drugs was rampant. When we say drugs, this drug is rampant now. But Soke is talking about a time that heroin was big. You know, it touched all of our families. I know it touched mine. You know, so that was big. So when we're making these references, and he's making references to getting our fix, and our fix being martial arts, and his fix being martial arts, it's a replacement of what was going on in the world at that time, in our neighborhoods at that time, and it was consuming our neighborhoods. So, you know, that I just wanted to just kind of help.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I never touched drugs in my life, but I appreciate it so they get clarity, so they can understand. So yes, I'm gonna be around like that. But when I use a term, thank you, Jim. So when I say that, I'm saying that where it could have happened without the martial arts, don't know where I would have been. But training with Doc, he kept the level where that, you know, this is what you need, this is what we're going to do. And it put me in a positive aspect where that I know for me, having that clarity, what was my goal for me? What was I going to do for me being in the martial arts? What can really benefit or what could come out of it for me? So I had a chance. So having that chance with the training, with Doc, it put me into a spot, well, you can become something in a different way through the martial arts. So with the training, in order to be something, you got to put something into it. I work hard. I see now as I was coming along, different things grew in me. My humbleness changed. I don't have to be one of them hot-tempered knuckleheads. I have more control of my temper. Can I fight? I didn't have to go out to try to see if it worked, but it came to me. So I knew after that it worked. So I don't look for trouble, but sometimes trouble coming is like, I was waiting for, oh, that works good. Yeah, but I go back into a doc. What happened? I'm like, what you taught works well. That's it. I ain't going to detail. He said, you don't have no busted nose. Okay, I don't hear no more. That was good. You see some come back with a dojo, back eye, big lips, say, all right, you better keep training. But it built things in you, your confidence. So your confidence build, and I tell people again, martial art is not about kicking and punching. Martial art is life. I mean, it's like everyday life that you do. Talking with your kids, you're doing martial. Talking with your husband and wife. Going outside, when you communicate with people, you have martial. Most of the time people talk and the eye contact, that's not good. I'm not challenging you, but we're communicating. I'm giving you that eye, If it's a good conversation, I might, but if it's an awkward conversation, I'd be like, you don't want that, you want that. But you can handle any way that you do what you have to do. But with the training from Doc, as I said, it's a lot that I grasp. It's a lot that I know. I thank God for him and everything that he did. But he gets you to a point where he nips that wing, stop that carrying. Now that's going to be you to have to really keep that up. So it's almost like a mom and a baby. You take the bottle from the baby. They be fighting crazy, but look at you can fight. Yeah, okay. But the things that builds from that you find that you can become independent. So with the training, even today, the age that I am, I always have in mind Professor V and Doc. So the second part to what you was asking almost about, what now at this age that even though Doc is at transcend or past, what would you think he would like things to be and represent in St. Lucas? The communication and the unity is not there. Okay, so as far as what he embedded in everybody that he trained, I think he would, number one, want the unity to be better than what it is, not an in-house conflict with this or a conflict with that. That's something that we talked about, different things come about. People that's affiliated, if they decide to space themselves, that's their option and their choice. But to have the unity that everybody that Doc supposedly had touched, and have that unity where people were like, okay, look, this is 2021. What kind of communication have we had with the other branches? Where are we? It's not there. I don't see it. So I think he would like to have it a full effect where that I have a unit of people that I touch. I have a unity that's representing my name, St. Lucas. And I'll tell you why the other part changed later on. So for me to see at this day and age, to see the unity as far as that, I don't think he would be too happy with that, in all honesty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I train you, I train you, I train you. So you saying the name St. Lucas, eye, heart to heart family. It's a lot of words, but I don't see the effect of the words that's being said. So, it's good. It's interesting. We're going to do what we have to do. He taught you to train, work, maintain what you have to have. Rank-wise is interesting. I don't get into the belts. And again, for me, I'll put a white belt on quick. I don't have no problem with that. So belts is interesting. Belts, what we say is earn. You earn your belt. So that means that Doc used to test with me and he tests me. And Jim, how he does. I used to hate belts. Shut up. Get ready to take your test. I'm like, inside, I said, I don't want no belt. I'm not interested in belt. But now today, everybody's like, I give you $1,000. Can I get my second degree black belt now? You know what I'm saying? So you can't buy reality. So it depletes your system. if you're working just for money. Everybody needs money. I know it's hard times and everything, but to give someone a belt representing Doc, when I say me, Doc, GM, to give them a belt and know they're not worthy of it, that's like degrading what we're about. You know what I'm saying, GM?
Yes, sir. And let me ask you this, okay? And not to interrupt you, but you bring some great points out when it comes to uh, he would want unity for us, and there's issues of disunity in those who have been touched by Doc, and much of it has to do, in my opinion, with those who came after a period of time where they don't show the proper respect necessarily with like yourself and others, and it's a level of disunity that it seems. See, there's an enemy who appreciates our disunity, because with us being disunified, it opens up the door for others to have their unity and keep us in a position or maintain the position in which they have. Now, I want to, and I'm saying this, okay, so that you can comment on it, because we're like a people who do not have a home, are coming from Africa, but even Africa don't look at us as as family, in a sense. And then us being present in America, it has been placed on us the troubles of what slavery has done. Now, I'm talking about that because, this is how they broke us up and caused us to divide ourselves and not unify, because if we were unified, like they don't want us to get together on the street corner. They don't want us to get together in large groups, okay? So what they do is they disperse us. They always keep us. They always use someone to divide us. So I'm just, and I'm talking a lot, but I want us to kind of understand what you're saying when it comes to that we unity is the key. And if we came and had unity, think of the kind of power and authority we would have. So I'm gonna drop that and let you go with that. It's okay.
But the two things happen. The one main thing is this here is that a lot of the ego is involved. So
ego, yes, sir.
And what I was trying to say was that the old school way. Okay, I'll go old school real quick. I'm going to come and represent Doc. I'm gonna put the Sainukas on the right track. How do I do that? I would have to make some door-to-door stop, and I get clarity. If it become a physical thing, we go old school. We don't need no lawyer, no judge like that. We get physical, whatever. That's fine. That's what we train. We go through that. But to go through all of that, you would probably have to come. I say, GM, can you come get me out of jail? That's interesting. I don't mind doing that, but that's not the point. Is this here within yourself? If you're training and you call yourself a Bushido or warrior, if you're part of something and it's family, we could have an in-house sort of quiet conflict, but stay united.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you don't
sir.
Have to go public wise. I ain't got to go to Channel 7 News. GM is that ain't what we do, man. That's not how we work. The thing that I'm saying, that if we're a family, we deal with in a family matter. If GM and I got a beef and we can't really reach point to point, we lock the door. I don't need no 7 News or 11 News. We get down and we thump. We thump whatever it takes to knock sense into both of us. Is like, now I understand what you're saying. Takes that to do it, fine. But I'm saying in terms of the communication, what would Doc love to see? The name is pure. The name is powerful. The name is unity. But it's not like that.
Yes, sir.
So that's why the VSK, where did VSK come from? The VSK become part of people that wants to come and train. Not saying that if you come into the VSK and you're a 6th degree or 7th degree black belt and you need to be polished up, nothing wrong with that. Nobody embarrass you. So if it's something that I'm coming into GM school and I'm a certain rank and I'm working out and he's looking at me, he's not going to embarrass me. I wouldn't embarrass you.
That's right.
Soki, what are you doing? What do you got on your waist? What do you look like? It's not about that. If I have the pride where that GM put me to the side, said, Soki, come on down for a couple of months, me, you're gonna do one-on-one. Not pull you in front of the class and embarrass you, nothing like that. But now you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to get your thing together. I mean, it's not saying to go, Doc, whatever rank that you made, belts are okay. But the important part of belt is this: back up what you should have on your waist and look like what you should have. You know what I'm saying, GM?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, since you said that, Soke, it's moving me to present something.
Come on.
And that is that I'd like to offer the opportunity for us to bury the issues so that we can have a dynamic dynasty, so that we can do the work that we need to do in our communities. If any of us really feel that we have achieved excellence and we're not affecting our community in the way that we should, we are misled. And none of us are making, one, the kind of money that many of the other Asian and Anglo-Saxon and whatnot, they're making so much more money. But it's not even about the money, okay? It's about bringing people together and making them better and better and better. So I want to offer the opportunity for us to come together. Now, I know that you're going to be troubled with your own thinking, and Soke was just saying it. There will be, we are not looking to change anything. I think it would be great for us to come together. Now, this is on one level, it's going to be, we're talking about our sister or Sanukis and all affiliated in the family. And then we're going to even expand outside of even our own so that we can create a monstrous unity. We're always united with everybody else other than ourselves. So we might as well get united with ourselves, okay? And expand and let others come and be a part of us, as opposed to us always being a part of somebody else because we don't see ourselves as being reputable enough or powerful enough to do so. So I'll throw that out and let's see. I'd like you to call 773-769-7017, 773-769-7017, and leave some communication so that I can follow back up with you. Also, any of you who would like to be on the podcast, we're going to have some online conversation and then we're going to have some offline conversation. So I open that all up to you. Let's see how strong you are or whether you want to be tribalistic and stay separated because you don't want for somebody else to maybe take your accolade. But listen, all of us together will be stronger than any of us separated. All right. So anyway, it's okay. Let's get back to you now, please.
Okay, but that's just saying each one teach one. So
yes.
All of that being said, and looking at the way things are, I promise you, everything. I'm going to continue my training 24/7. I know what Doc embedded in you, myself, and we defeat the whole purpose of even training with him. That we just go downhill. So reaching out to other folks, people listen to it, they hear it. It's not about being intimidated. Nobody's trying to play a boo-boo role. It's not about that. Look at what happens thus far. We lost a lot of warriors. Rico guy, a whole bunch of people that we KA. We had a lot of people that are very talented. Okay,
Yes.
but the thing that I look at this is GM is this. I'm gonna share it with you quick. Okay, we love Doc. We love Professor V. When they here physically, what have we done to let them feel that love from us?
Yes.
Versus just coming and training and trying to steal this away. What have we showed that? Now, they passed away, and when we UI, whatever it's gonna be. And I sit back and I think about it. When a person passed, okay, we love them, you boo-hoo, you hurt in your heart and everything. What happens? How long does that stay? What do you have in terms of when you see GM and I work, you can see the love that we put into what Doc had given us. Not only GM and I, but others too. But you can see the work that we put into it. We represent it and we maintain that. That's love. That's something that never be forgotten. So not just words. I love Doc, yeah, Doc and I go back in 18. That's cute, but what do you have in terms of a piece of him to show other than this here? You know what I'm saying, GM?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
When we work and you think about it, I use me, Soki passed. Oh, he was a good guy. Soki was, come on, please save it. While we here, what are you showing, man?
Yes.
Action speaks louder than words. What are you showing? Oh, I train with Soki. I train with Jim. What are you showing? I could tell you how many times, and I train a lot of people, a lot of black belts. How many times they had called Soki, how you doing? Soki, I call most of the students, they sound sharp. Most of the people that made their rank, it hurt me because when I teach you or we teach you, we put our heart and soul in to get you to where you are. And GM, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
And you want flip side and forget where the heck you come from? That puts a little bitter. So when you see us and we rather give you that warm embrace, once you get one of those, it's like, okay, you're lucky you got that. Don't build that into us in artificial people. It's going to prevail. It's going to prevail because we sense and know exactly where you're coming from. So to eliminate that, this is 2021. They have this epidemic going on. People are dying left and right.
Yes.
Look at the and the Bible, and it tells you, look what's taken. Chemicals, war, different. Look what's taking place. It's no joke. I mean, you have to make the best of what you can while you can. Tomorrow, it's not promised to you, not promised to me. But to go and have to pass with stupidity, with egotistical, where are you going to take it to the grave with you? What good is that? What good is that? I mean, what have you accomplished? For me to say, if I did something wrong to GM, it's up to him to accept it. I'm not going to do one of these. Oh, GM, I'm so, and that's your guys say the quote, eye to eye, heart to heart. If I had to see GM and he's really hot and he punched me in my mouth, I say thank you. But I would never, you could if you want to, fight back. Because it's something that you put yourself in a position to get that, because he would never do that. He have a kind heart, I have a kind heart. But don't test it. We have a warrior heart. A warrior heart will hurt you. So we try to keep that in the closet, but it's always going to be there. So in terms of where you are and what you're doing, if you mean what you're saying, confront him. Just come listen. GM, I know I did some stupid stuff. He might say, he just said something. That's how he talks to you. He don't say nothing. He just give me that look, and it's like, I think I better get out of here. I better not talk no more, because he's saying a lot right there. Or he might say, okay, where we going from here? And that means show me what you're talking about. Just don't talk. If it's taking to come to the dojo, be at the dojo, open up for him, or whatever it takes. But the action speaks more than this. People, you got some good philosophers, GM. You got some people, they could talk till you go to sleep, So talk's cheap, action sweet, people. So you have to really focus. Where are you going to go? We get on this here, we're talking. It's just not a waste conversation. It's coming from my heart. It's coming from GM's heart. that says something like you never see nothing like this, especially with the top peoples out there. You don't see this. You have a lot of people imitating, trying to get things, but when the truth from the people that's still present is spoken, it hurts. The truth is always going to hurt. So you have to like, okay, I got kicked in the tail. Now what I'm going to do about it? Get back with your training. If you're not up to par, as I said, GM is not going to degrade you. I'm not going to degrade you. Like, man, you call yourself, and we don't do that. Doc taught you. What we say, each one teach one. Practice what you're saying. It's just not words. There's a meaning behind that. You know, I'm going off track, GM, but anyway, what was your question? I just wanted to share that with them as well. With any of the other people, St. Lucas, whatever part, just to share that. Life is too short to try to go on an egotistical road. We're not about that. And you say you train with Doc and you have an idea, the division or whatever, is open doors. GM give you an invite, I give you an invite. I have no problem with that. We can get together anytime and work from that. There's no problem, you know?
Yes, yes. And that's excellent, Soke. And I appreciate you saying that because it, you know, you're talking about is coming from someone who has been with Doc from the beginning, you know, hardcore, you know, I mean, you're talking about reality here, and you could never stand next to Soke and these other giants that are in art. And we say giants because of what they meant to him, what they produced from him. Yeah. And, you know, it's clear Soke did some incredible things. Grandmaster Crossan did some incredible things. You know, many have done some incredible things. But the thing is, those of you who have come and you came at a time that was after these giants, it's nothing wrong with appreciating the giants that came so that we can come together with them so that we can produce a better world. Again, don't allow those who keep us separated to keep us separated. It never looks like you know, somebody else is doing it, but we're the only ones that suffer from being together. Right. Look at each one of us. Look at each one of us. Each one of us, we are in a state that we are doing our own thing. We have our own life and world that we're living in, but I don't feel good about it. I'm not suffering. No, I'm not. But I know that we can be a monstrous entity with us being together. So let's submit to coming together. Don't worry, we're not even going to question any of where you are or anything. All I want to know is, do you want to be in unity? And if so, let's get in unity with each other. All right, but this is really an interview that I want to have with Soke. Once again, Soke Lil John Davis. He is an awesome individual. He's someone who has proven his ability in see, now everybody hasn't proven. This is what I want us to think about. And then those of you audience that not even in the family, you hear us talking some family issues, but it's so that we can get it out. But this man here is a man who has demonstrated the ability of Sanukis in a way of fighting. So he has produced a system that was called Kumite-ryu Jiu-Jitsu. It was the way of fighting, but it's the way of fighting from Sanukis. Exactly. And he produced that. And in that, you have the V is Grand Professor V. That's the right. S is Sanukis-ryu. And the K is Kumite-ryu. So all of it together is all of us. Right. And we just need to get. So I want all of you that are, you know, you came on to look and listen. You know, you become observers and actually desire to be a part. We're not we're not keeping you out. We want you to be in and be a part of this as well. And we're just using these opportunities that we have in this podcast to share these men that we have with you, whom you may not really know, but he has, he's genuine. As tough and as raw and rough this man is, he is so loving. I want you to know that, you know, but some of us can't get past the onion skin to get to that part when you know when we came to the dojo with Doc, you had to get past the exercise.
That's right.
The training part was so rough that many people couldn't make that. Quit. And they didn't come back and all of those things. But the ones who were able to come back, you got a better chance to look at Doc. Now, as Doc got a little older and the seminar aspect really came up, you know, there were those who came in that way. They didn't come through the dojo way where you actually had to get burnt up in the exercise. you came in a seminar way where, you know, in the seminars, we don't give that much exercise. It's about the giving of the information. So, but that man right there is one of those who had to get, you know, when you look at some of the warrior within, and you hear that, yo, that's this man getting swept off his feet and smashed into the ground. When we didn't get a chance, we didn't get that. So this is an opportunity to take a look at this individual and see more. So it's okay. What is your view of the future? What do you want to see in this time coming?
The way it's going now, GM, with the epidemic, people, you know, I could understand the safety part of it is a big gap, you know, because the distance. We have the Zoom class, and something is better than nothing. So especially the upper ranks. If we had an upper rank class, we go through different things. You have things that you work on, but just to keep it where it's a unity, okay, things that I'm working on, we can still do the Zoom. If you have somebody that you know that's safe, that you can work with, we coordinate a time, try to have that partner there with you. But some people need a partner. Some people don't have a partner. GM and I don't really have a partner, but we have a partner here. So a lot of the upper ranks, you could adapt to what we're doing, but it's something that you could add to your cup, that being consistent with your training. The different various techniques, work the knife, stick, different things. Everybody have a variety of things that they have, but how accurate, how effective is it? So you want to make sure what GM's doing. You know, I get people, when I do the seminar, the guy said, I'm taking that home with me. I said, okay. Taking the technique, they look, I said, okay. That means he's going to be teaching it in this dojo, fine. But they know right. I don't have no problem with that. Listen, don't take none of my techniques, no, it's not about that. God give us a talent. My thing is eternal. I don't have a limit in what I have. I know where my source come from. So when I work out, people video, people picture, I don't mean nothing. Next time I come back, they say, it's something different. You're doggone it right. You know, but this is what we look for, your growth. When GM say how you growing, so let's say I use a basic 4-wall block, and it's another year, I'm still doing the basic 4-wall block. What happened? Where's the advanced 4-wall block? You have to make this work yourself. So if I'm working with GM, and that's why I said a lot of you with your teachers, when we come into the dojo, even when we do the Zoom, we look for improvement. When I say improvement, we don't look for you to be a green belt to look like a black belt. No, we want to see that green belt sharpen up. So when we move them to the purple belt, now we could say the purple belt, the green belt feel like, I feel that's what we build. Now we could say, not in an egotistical way, but he comes in a humble way. But we say to you, it's time to take your test. Don't ever come to GM. Been turning 3 years now. When can I get my black belt? That's the worst thing to say. He probably sneezed while he's still asking. That means don't say nothing about it. Never ask about a belt. If you know that you're not worthy for anything, don't ask for it. Doc used to have us training, and we used to have like How long we stay in a horse stand? An hour, 2 hours in a horse stand? I mean, we used to be in a horse stand. He put me in the front because I could see in the mirror. And we stay there. Legs be, don't get up. I see one down, I'm watching. Ah! I'll come back there, bust you up. But what did this do? It teaches mind control body. And after a while, when Doc used to beat us with the shinai, and people entertain the pain, what's coming. I used to lock in. Harder, come on, work, but my mind, you understand what I'm saying, Jim?
Yes, sir.
The mind go past that. You don't feel that no more. So once you get that point, you can work it. That same energy. If I get into a fight, I don't have to look mad to hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. I don't have to get mad. You got no, man. You're gonna get something that you don't want, and it's hard to turn it off because it starts feeling good. You know, you're looking all funny, like it's like. But anyway, but we don't look for you to do that. But I'm just saying, in terms of the mindset, in terms of the conditioning, in terms of the respect. Today, if Doc was alive, he is to us. The majority of you wouldn't be responding like you responded. Your whole energy would be different. A lot of people was intimidated by Doc because the way he talked and the way he says is direct, and there's not even a conversation behind it. There's one word said, you know, listen, this is what you're going to do. Oh man, that's a nice ring. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday day. He ain't got to ask you for nothing. He hit you with words. It's like, oh, them shoes you got. Oh man. You got extra
I like that hat you wearing.
You know,
that's a nice hat you wear.
But a lot of that is good, but the respect is there. But you have to apply that to yourself. What kind of respect do you have? How humble are you? Where are you coming from? How can a person respect you and you have a very arrogant, disrespectful attitude? You trying to work on a fear base as a teacher. You know, you could tell a student, and I don't like that. You could tell a student out of respect as a teacher, but as a man, you got to balance out. Doc taught us well. I don't fear no man. Only person I fear is God. Other than that, you're immaterial. But that's not what you want to present. You want to present, like when GM teach, he teach with love. You could feel it. Even on the Zoom, when I teach, you're going to feel love, but you're going to work for what we're going to give you. So it's a respect there. So we demand respect. You come on that mat talking all funny, like you're going to hardly talk English when you leave. We're going to bust you up. But we demand respect and respect for each other. So as you're working out, and as you as a teacher, people look at you a certain way. I respect this man. This is my teacher. So you have a level where that you have control to a peak, but don't abuse it. Don't abuse it. I mean, I've seen some instructors just on GP to try to put fear into a student. The student is going to attack you. They standing still, and you can punch him in the mouth while he's attacking you. That's not a good move. I'd rather tell a student, I said, listen, because you come in with a lot of mouth and everything. I'm going to put the gloves on, but you can stay bare hand, and we're going to move around. I give him a chance to think whatever he thought he could do. When he wakes up, the respect is there, but not try to do it just on a humble. When I attack GM, I trust GM. GM do a technique and punch me in the mouth. I said, okay. He's going to punch himself in the mouth. I ain't got to touch him after he do that. So what I'm saying, the respect that we need to look at, you earn that. It builds up as you go along. People can see, well, you know, this, like with Doc, one thing about Doc, when you come into the dojo, your whole other thoughts, whatever you had, it zooms right into the dojo. The other stuff eliminates. Because you go thinking about something else while you're working out. He would throw you so hard to whatever thought left from yesterday. That's how hard he throw us. I mean, and our falls became, we are sometime on mat, sometime on concrete. It's a treat if you get grass or whatever, but we know how to fall. It was no problem. You know, a lot of work that we did, but all of this made you physically, spiritually strong, meaning by physically okay, but the mind helped condition the physical part because it makes it stronger. So when he works with us, and like I said, the different exercise, do I feel it? I'm not going to even entertain if I felt it because it make no difference. So I just go into another zone. I'm not going to like, I'm bending down and staring there. My legs are going to shake. This is burning in my thigh. It's going to even do worse. But I go to another zone. I go to Hawaii. I'm in another zone. He have to like come back and get me because I'll be able to center away from what's taking place. A lot of people can't do that. I see people meditate. This looks real good. Now, when they come out of the meditation, they look the same. You should feel the relaxation. You should feel your mind and body comes into that stress. You should feel mellow out. So now, when you start to work out, it's open. There's nothing in my mind. Oh, I got bills. My wife driving me crazy. That's the way. I can't work. If I'm working with GM and I got heavy bills on my mind and I'm not focusing and I'm working with him and I do something and hit him, whose fault is that? Number one is mine. And number two is sort of his, because if he's working with someone, he feels like, I something like, okay, GM. But he's always on cue with his training. And I see a lot of upper ranks, you got to be tacking and have that secondary down. Always, if it accidentally come, you always, you still got that, like, no. You always, but anyway, but GM, that answers your question a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, that's went way, way past my question. Thank you.
But you know what it is, GM, I try why you're still present, why I'm still present, and God allows the time for people to open up and wake up in reality. Get off that high horse, get off that egotistical type thing you're going on, and wake up. You know better than I am. I'm no better than you. I might train longer than you, have different things we can offer, unite together, do what we have to do. That's open, it's up to you. And if you decide that you want to stay in the caveman in the area, no problem. But we're going to continue doing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying, Gian?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So, okay. Absolutely.
This is a serious conversation.
In terms of, different students that have schools, they have their way of doing and handling their school. Some may even consider, if we're asking and you're asking to be in unity, that they'll lose their own control over their school. What do you have to say about that kind of things? Okay.
Well, basically, and that's true because that's their money making. We're not about that. It's something time. And by the way, this is for all styles. Don't just get locked into documents. This is invited. Taekwondo, Aikido, whatever style that you have, this is open to everyone. And martial arts is family. I don't care what style you do. But as far as that's that intimidated part that I was telling you too, that if GM came to my school and the students see how he looks, or how he moves, don't be intimidated by that. That should be a plus to help you and your students. So by you come into my dojo and I'm okay, I'm all right. But when they look at you and I see the student eyes go, that's a plus, man. That's a plus because you're going to help him with that. When you work, their eyes will go like that. But that's up to you to get what you need to be fed, man. But everybody got like a closed door. You can't go nowhere. But if you open up and you open that and open that up, it becomes a united door. You know what I'm saying? Sir. But up to them. I'm gonna continue doing what I do, and I know you're the same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's just open. There's no attempt to dominate anybody's school. It's all about making someone better than they are, helping them to grow, and for us to be in unity so that we can show a united front on society. But of course, in my opinion and belief, all of us are wanting for our students to learn and be better. It's about the people. It's about the students. And if we are in unity, it'll always be strong. And you can attest to this, Soke. When I had my school in New York, when worlds collide,
Right.
I used to, and then you see, honoring your teachers.
Yeah.
Honoring your teachers is so important.
Yeah.
So I didn't keep my teachers from my students.
No.
I had Doc was there all day.
Yeah, Professor V.
Professor V, he was there. I was taking care of him to come in every other week, and I had Soke also every other week. So my students always had the benefit of all of my teachers as long as they were present.
That's right.
And that's what you want. So to have Soke able to be a part of your school, and you to say that he is someone that you can call on to be present, and he shows stuff, that is just a beautiful thing for you to have. It's just beautiful, and everyone should take advantage of it, so that they can know that, see, you're the source. Show that you're the source by bringing who you are connected to there, and then let them enjoy it. Soke leaves, and then you're the one that can continue being there for them. So let's come into unity with each other. And that's all, as Soke said, all styles, not just all of the Sanuki schools, but this is all of the styles. It's about coming together. Yeah. So I wanted to just mention that.
If you notice too, GM, now what happens in most of the styles, and it's good. I don't knock it. The Goju, the Shotokan, the different variation, adding Shotokan Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, the Goju-Ryu, the Shotokan. Now they add another piece of pie, Taekwondo Jiu-Jitsu. Taekwondo, they add in a different flavor, which is nothing wrong with that. So you do the Shotokan karate, you do the katas, you do the fighting. Now you add the jiu-jitsu with the Shotokan karate. You could kick, you could sweep, you could throw different now. So it's another piece of pie. So they grow. Nothing wrong with that. But you see the difference how they start reaching out to add a different flavor to see what they need. And I applaud them on that, not just saying just that one. So if it's something that I'm doing, people look at us and say, you do Kung Fu? I said, well, not really, but what you see might fit what you do, so, you did something different. And I said, well, this is jujitsu, what Professor V and Doc taught us. You see a lot of different various things that we do. And people ask, they say, wow. I said, okay. But it's good to see that people, they come to you. It's good that people do come to you, that you have something that assist them with versus having them there just to make some money. You know what I'm saying, GM?
Yes, sir. Us. So, okay,
one more. GM, but this here is a serious conversation. And the reason I say that, the way things are going, a lot of people are shunning in. They're not coming out. They're not doing nothing. And that's understandable. But you can still, like what we're doing, you can still do in-house thing to keep your training going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think that's helpful, And what you're doing, I have to applaud you. And when I say that, is that having the classes on Zoom, and it bothers me, you're not charging $1,000, you're not charging $800, you're charging a very low price, which is like charity to me. But we're still giving it out like if they was paying that. And to have the response for most of and I say it with our black belts, all of our upper ranks, all of our students, that sends a signal to me. That sends a signal where that, what level are you guys on now, or where did you really come from? And showing that respect in terms of we having something. If you come on once a week, show your face, come on and train, do something. We're not able to get there physically. You don't have to pay no train fare. You don't have to pay no plane fare. You don't have to take no bus. Everything is click, clack, boom, you're right there, man. So it's no excuse. Sir. You know what I'm saying, GM? It's no excuse. I don't know. But maybe what happened is this, that me and you not seeing the other part. When most of them at a level now, they can walk across water. You got me on that one. I don't know. I want to see, I'm coming to join their school. I said, you got me now, so let's get busy, But
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The reality of it, it bothers me, the fact to see all the years that we all been training together. and see how easy for a gap to come in. Something's wrong.
Yes. So family, listen, those of you that are definitely our students, my students that I'm speaking to, and Soke's, all the students that Soke have taught and whatnot. He's saying that you should be constantly still coming to the well, being present while we're doing what we're doing, because it shows disrespect, and definitely that there is not enough love to keep you focused on what we're doing, and as though this is just for somebody else. It's for all of our ranking persons as well. So you have been anything under Soke, you should be present and continue to be something under Soke while we're doing this.
That's right.
Well, Soke, listen, I want to thank you for your service and what you've been doing. You've been a wonderful, wonderful person to me, family, and I appreciate you.
Love you.
Even though when we were on the mat, back in the day, and I was a little youngster and whatnot, and no, I didn't want to. I wasn't talking to you. I ain't say nothing to you because you look like you was going to tear everything else up. I didn't say anything, But when I got challenged, and it was one of those things on the mat, and you came on the mat, like you came on to help him, and then focused on me. That was a great introduction.
I was telling Sister Bianca about. I said, GM goes way back. He was one of them little bean heads on the mat. We said, bust him up. She said, I ain't going to say that. Yeah. But on the real note, GM, if the people, they hear this here, look at the times. Nobody know you better than you know yourself. So in terms of your food that you need, when I say food, the training, the conditioning, I don't care what's going on, it's here. As long as God give us breath, GM's here, I'm here, you have other, Professor Logan, Professor Shabazz, I'm not gonna go through names. We have a lot of students, Brooklyn, New York, Chicago,
Trinidad,
Nassau, Bahamas. We have spots all over. That's something I want to hook up to, Jim. We need to have it on the web as well. All of the instructors in the location, because people ask when they travel, do we have a dojo in certain areas? So that's important. So
that's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
So it's a place, and then if you go to a place and don't find a dojo, you're the dojo. You get your butt up and get out there and train. Don't look for I can't train because I couldn't find a dojo. That's bunk. You get out there. When I go away, I'll find me, I take my sticks or whatever I have, and I take my gi and my swimming trunks, and I'll find me a tree and I talk to it. Do you mind if I work on you a little bit? And I get busy.
That's right. That's right.
So don't limit yourself. Don't do that to yourself, especially upper ranks. You know what your responsibility is. Maintain that. And like I said, when you come and you work out, we can see. I can tell, and I pull you to the side and say, "Listen, you got to put some more polish on your shoes because it's not shining."
And it's okay. I don't know why that's even troubling for somebody to hear. It's like you feel like you're perfect, or you don't want to be told. I don't mind, and have always appreciated you saying that to me, because all it did was move me to be better, and I didn't have any problem. There's no problem.
Exactly. But like I said, long as God keep us here, we're here, and whatever we can do, you got it. Man,
well, thank you, Soke. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience with all of us. And by God's grace and permission, by his permission, we will come together in unity, because there are so many people. And I want to mention this before leaving, that there are some difficult times, much more difficult times coming.
That's right.
There is terrible things that are going on right now. We're in a pandemic, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, not only is it just a pandemic, but there is a pestilence from heaven So we have to look at this in a very serious way, because we're in a very serious state. There are things that we've been taught in terms of the Bible, from the religious aspects, that there is a last day and time. Well, I mean, I don't know if you've seen this before. You can tell us, but this is something that what is going on in life and in this world right now is nothing that we have seen before in the annals of history. Definitely not in my lifetime. Right. So if you believe that this is something normal, then you can be cool. But we have to come together so that we can act to help our people in general, because our people are being set up to die. So let us make sure that we do the best that we can and study, because it's out there. Don't just take what is being given to you. Don't just take it from people who have set up themselves to take your life in the past. Do not do it. Do not. That's right. I'll leave with that, Soke. And again, I want to thank you. Unless there's something you want to say, something, Soke?
All I can say is focus on unity and keep them punches right. You got to make it work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, family. May Allah God continue to bless you and us all, and bring us with a mindset, produce in us a mindset that brings unity, not a mindset that divides. If whatever you're talking about causes us to split apart, then you're not speaking the language that you should be speaking. Whatever you speak, bring us together. There's a prayer. It said in Islam, it's called by the time. By the time, surely man is in loss, except those who believe and do good, and accept those who exhort one another to truth and exhort one another to patience. All right. So that's very important. So if they're not promoting patience and promoting truth, then they're not what you want to hear. That is not what we want to say. Let's promote patience with each other, and the truth that is the truth, not from an enemy or one who is producing or has done and shown themselves to be an enemy, but listen to the one who has always shown their love for you. All right. So anyway, it's okay. Let me get off of the rostrum. All right.
Love you, Jim. What's that?
Love you too, Soke.
Let's stay strong and the love to the family.
Yes, I will. Thank you. Okay. And you all, family.
Every student of a master here today, you reflect your master teacher. You want to walk like him. You want to talk like her. But you start by having an object in front of you that you admire.